I swear to God, YouTube, this is advertiser friendly. What's up, guys? It's SuperRaeDizzle here. Welcome back to my channel. So a while back, a company called CHIC.com messaged me and basically said,
hey, if there's anything you like, just let us know and we'll send it your way for free.
And that's where this baby comes in. But the electric eraser wasn't what sold me initially. They had a hair comb that was actually a pen. They had a building block style notebook. And the thing that totally just got me, that I was like, sold, I don't want any money, I just want this one item, was this piano-shaped sharpener. So anyway, guys, since Black Friday's coming up soon, if you want to check out any of their stuff, I'll leave it all down below. And there's also some non-affiliate special codes down below as well, so thank you, newchic.com. But anyway, back to this baby. I love that, never gets old. Some people know about these, some people don't. It was mostly like mixed reactions. And a lot of the people who didn't know what these things were just kind of like, what? So basically what these do is that they're designed to make erasing so much easier for you. They're also supposed to reduce the little shards that come off when you erase. And the biggest hype around these is that they're supposed to erase much better. And the biggest hype around these things is that these are supposed to erase better than any hand could ever. So today we're gonna test this baby out, see if it's worth the money, see if it's good. We're gonna put it through a variety of tests. And yeah, so without further ado, let's begin. Hey, voiceover Ray coming at you. So I figured before we just get all advanced with the eraser, we need to test out some basic stuff, like taking it to square one. And guys, I think we can all agree that nothing gets more square one and basic than wide ruled paper. And by the way, guys, we are in for a treat today. I think this is the first time you guys have seen my handwriting up close and personal. And that's because I actually write like a 4-year-old. But bad handwriting aside, first impressions, yeah, it's an eraser. One of the biggest habits I had to break for this eraser is that, like a regular eraser, I kept moving it up and down. But you don't have to do that because it's electric. So throughout this whole entire video, you're gonna see me fight the urge to just move it up and down like a regular eraser. Just my instinct, guys, I can't help it. So now that we've got that one, as you can see, it erased pretty dang good. We're gonna erase with a regular number 2 pencil. And it got the job done. Of course it got the job done. I wouldn't expect anything less. But as far as like comparisons of the two go, I low-key, maybe even high-key, can tell a difference between the R and the E. I feel like the E is a little bit less erased, but there's a difference. So we give it a pass for erasing better, even if it's almost the exact same, but it's a little bit better. Okay, moving on to the next one. So for this next test, you guys, I had a field day with this one. So usually, whenever I work with colored pencils or whatever, I'm bound to mess up. So I do a lot of erasing, and I usually just use a regular eraser to erase the mistakes. So for this next test, we are going to layer as thick as possible some prismacolor down. We're going to see just how well that little eraser will erase through all this wax. Okay, moment of truth, guys. So as you can see, the regular eraser, works well. It doesn't get it all off completely, but it does what it does. Now, for this electric eraser, I was just kind of like, what way should I hold it? Should I hold it to the left, to the right? Does it matter? Because it's kind of hard to have control of this thing, which I will talk about later. And oh my god, this little thing is so precise with the erasing. I was like, yes, this is awesome. And so I got a little bit too, I guess, eraser happy at this point. But I felt like it was like a little car or something and I was creating racetracks. I don't know, it was just so awesome. I was like, yes, this is so cool. It's the little things in life, guys. The next test, I'm not expecting too high of hopes for this because it's hard to pick up regular charcoal and I'm blending it in with my finger like to just get in there. So first we're going to test with a regular pencil. Again, does its thing, can't complain. And as far as the electric eraser goes, it's so satisfying to mess around with it. But yeah, it erases almost the exact same, maybe a little bit better. I don't know, I wanted to double test it. But I did notice that the lines were a little bit thinner this time. I don't know if it's just because I erased the point a little bit sharper or if it's just easier to pick up charcoal with this thing. The whole time it touched paper, it was just like brrrr. So if you listen to music while you're drawing, this might not be the best. You might want to switch to headphones is what I'm saying. So yeah, pass, picks up charcoal, picks up pencil. What else could I ask for? And now moving on to our final task, the part you have all been waiting for, and that is we're going to do a drawing using mostly the electric eraser. And I say mostly because there are just some things that the electric eraser can't do on its own, and that a regular eraser can, and I'll show you guys here in a bit what that is. So what I'm going to be drawing today is something a little off of my element. Ladies and gentlemen, SuperRaeDizzle will be drawing cartoon realism. Yes, you heard that right. So it's not just going to be super realistic, and it's not just going to be cartoony. It's going to have a little bit of both elements. You know, just to kind of spice things up every once in a while. So let's just get past this outline. Ooh, yeah, look at that outline. So the very first thing that I noticed that I wanted to talk about with you guys is that, for me, I usually use a pencil topper. Yeah, those dudes. And I kept forgetting to put the pencil down, get the pink eraser, put the pink eraser down, get the pencil. It just seemed a little bit too inconvenient at the moment. So if you're going to be doing some like basic sketching and a lot of erasing, because God knows I do, then I don't think the electric eraser is what you need at this point. And boom, we're at the actually finished outline. It's completely finished this time, I swear. And I'm just going to use my favorite thing in the whole entire world, which is Crayola, and just start some, little shadows and some skin tones. So I'm drawing, and then something happened that I did not expect to happen. And that's when I went to erase her jawline, which was made with a regular pencil. I learned real quick that this thing is either balls to the wall or nothing at all. Let me show you guys real quick what I mean. Now, normally when I would need to take off some of this pigment, I would just lightly get that and scrub it. Well, if you get your electric eraser and you try to scrub it or, take off just a little bit of pigment, this immediately happens, which is expected, So it just kind of proves the point that this thing does not mess around. So as far as highlights go, for now I'm just going to skip out on it. But don't get me wrong, there are some times with this little guy that this thing just kills it. Introducing the eyebrow. So usually when I do eyebrows, they're with a dark color or they're heavily laid on thick onto the face. Well, with this thing, it just took it off in seconds. Yes, queen, you better work. And same with the edges, I was able to make a clean, sharp line on the edge of her face. So again, that's when I was like, yes, this thing is so awesome. Okay, can we talk about what I'm doing here? So basically, earlier I had mentioned that I wanted cartoon realism. So I feel like I've been doing realism a lot lately, so I've been wanting to do something a little different. And so for this drawing, I wanted to really emphasize some things, make some things look almost comical, if you will. And I don't know, it was really weird because I had no idea what I was doing. I was just kind of saying, hey, maybe this works, maybe it doesn't. Either way, hey, we're gonna roll with it. Oh, and by the way, right here is another example of what that little tool can use. Those white highlights on the lips, it was so easy to do those with that little tool, man. Okay, guys, this is where I start adding in more of that cartoonish element. So for the hair, I'm adding in yellow, I'm adding in gray, I'm adding in skin colors. And I hope I don't sound like I'm tooting my own horn here, but I think for what I was trying to achieve, I think the hair came out the best. And that's saying a lot because I'm one of those people who's very hypercritical of my own work. I'm always telling myself, it could be better. And if any of you guys are like that with your own work, please let me know. Anyway, the only thing left to do now is add a Marilyn Monroe-esque mole. And yeah, here is what I posted on Instagram. If you want to check it out, it will be in my bio. And with this drawing, I just got too excited and posted it before it was finished. So, my final thoughts on this baby. Is it bougie? Yes. Is it cool? Yes. Does it get the job done? Yes. Is it necessary for artists to use? Not so much. But honestly, guys, the biggest selling point for me is that you can sharpen this baby to a very fine point, and from there you can carve out some incredible details on your drawings. if you don't have an eraser pencil. So yeah, I do like this thing. I think it's fun, it's bougie, it's cool, you know. Again, I'll leave the link down below for this baby. And again, thank you newchic.com for sending me all the awesome stuff. But for real though, I actually might need this right now. But real quick on a serious note before we go, for most of my videos lately, YouTube has been doing a whole lot of this. And once the video has that, it won't be promoted and it won't really grow. But the fact that my channel is still growing even though I'm not being promoted is just incredible. Like the fact that you guys come back to see my channel, to see my videos, to see me. And I just can't thank you guys enough for coming back to my channel, wanting to come see my videos, wanting to come see what I'm up to, what drawings I made. You want to go see my Snapchat and Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Like, I can't thank you enough for your support. I know that sounds so cheesy, but like, damn, I love you guys. But anyway, Cheese Fest over. I love you guys, and I will see you next video. Bye!